Hello there, all you beautiful people. Welcome to Quarantine Circular. Now, I've got a couple things to say before I start the rest of this video. First off, this was not what I had planned for today. I had planned to do Space Engineers, but I guess I'm going to do a full playthrough of this and get kind of a backlog of Space Engineers as I'm kind of trying to learn it, figure it out, and hopefully I can edit it down so it's not too frustrating for you to watch. So I'm gonna do this and then have Space Engineers as my series alongside Project High Rise. And then just a heads up, a warning, this game has lots and lots and lots of secrets. Big spoilers. Big spoilers for this game. I am going to do a full playthrough. I am absolutely going to share everything I can with this game because it's fantastic and very well written. But there are very, very, very major spoilers through this entire series. So I highly recommend you go get this game for yourself. You play it for yourself and you enjoy it for yourself. It's very cheap, around $5-6, so totally worth it. I'm freaking broke right now and I still managed to afford it, so I very, very highly recommend that you go get this game because it's very well written, very well done, and it's kind of like a movie with an interactive experience, so it's very good. Now, next, I do want to warn that there is some adult themed content in this game. There will be flashing lights and there may be some sexual scenes, so just a heads up so that you are aware of that. And finally, spoilers. I am going to spoil this game, so again, you can pause the game to read this. I already read this. I just really want to respect the developer's request, so I'm going to put every single warning I can in front of these videos, and they are spoilers. You should go enjoy the game for yourself. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright. Mr. Chat. Set up translation for unknown entity. Dubrovnik event in progress. Stay vigilant. Check your colleagues' suit seals. Activating translation matrix. Populating language database. 100%. Lots of languages loaded. 37 languages failed to load. Error logs into central server. Have a great chat. Sam told me the language loader got patched. Sam was misinformed or lying. Is Sam trustworthy? Maybe you should file a report if you have your doubts. That's unnecessary. Thank you. I'm here to help. Have a great chat. Okay, now just a heads up, I am a very, very, very fast reader, so I'm only going to be reading the responses that I select, and I also might be going through this a bit faster. I will read everything that comes up on top here, but I won't be reading the responses that I don't select. So sorry if you don't enjoy that. Maybe pause if you want to read everything. But just a heads up, I am a fast reader, so. I doubt I'll be allowed to do much chatting. If the rumors are true, this is above my pay grade. Perhaps, but you will be the first point of contact. First point of contact to what? Unknown entity. You've been assigned to set up communication with a recovered... Apologies. Syntax error. I don't know who it is you were assigned to set up communication with. The notes say, non-human. I do not understand. I'm going to go ahead and guess it's the big angry thing stood up there, Mr. Chat. That seems likely. Although, as an onboard support AI, I cannot see the big thing. As a low-level AI, I'm also ill-equipped to tell you about its mood. It's definitely big. Oh, it's big. Easy to find then. Hop to it, engineer. I like how it has a humor setting. Establishing external communication. I suggest adopting a polite tone. Don't let the enormity of first contact overwhelm you. Ah, his name is Gabriel, and probably no need to mention the perilous situation humanity is currently in. Hello? Oh, great. It's unintelligible. It looks like you're trying to translate a new language. Can I help? Psh, yeah, I may need that. Yes, of course. Okay, first step, names. That's logical. Clearly state your name to the other party. Hi, I'm Mark. Let's keep it as simple as possible. Mark. Sure. Mark. Gabriel. Ah, yes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible and just try and go with some base level communication. Hello, Gabriel. Hello, Mark. Yes. Great job, Mark. I think I can take it from here. Deactivate Mr. Chat. As you wish. Good luck, Mark. Yeah, let's do colors. Let's see how it views the world. That's probably good to know. Okay, let's do colors. My suit is yellow. What color is yours? Mark? Okay, that didn't work. Mathematics. That always works in films. Pi equals 3.14159265359. Oh, okay. Mark? Gabriel's getting really confused. Biology. Yes, we are the same. No, we are not the same. I shouldn't say we are the same. Let's go with that. I have 2 hands, 4 fingers, and a thumb on each. You have 3 fingers, 2 fingers, 1 thumb. That's right. Limited vocabulary, but we're getting there. Limited. Very limited. Wait, I never taught you very. You understand? Mark understands? Yeah. I do. I can understand you. Your speech should get better as we talk, but it should do so exponentially. Help me. What? You need my help? I do. I'm here against my will. I've been captured and detained. I assume my captors will be back back shortly. I need your help. I need you to remove this restraint. Wait, what restraint? This on my neck. Like a flashing light. It shocks me if I leave this circle. Oh. Alright. Restraint. Your restraint looks like it's made from a modified defibrillator. Whatever your word, it stings. It knocks me out if I try to escape. Damn, I'm sorry. It is good that you say so. I need you to deactivate it. The human who set it up used a wrist device, a remote control of some kind. Please. Couldn't you rip it off with those big monster hands of yours? I tried. Any attempt to tamper with it shocks me. I've made a decision. Mark, this is definitely above your pay grade. Don't make this decision lightly. I'm gonna deactivate it. I trust him. Thank you, Mark. I can't believe they locked you up before even talking to you. It was a logical choice, however cruel. You have shown me kindness by your words and your actions. Thank you. How are you speaking my language? I am actually speaking Spanish. The translator is working in real time. Why would you have such a tool? Our crew is multinational. This helps us work together. And what is your work, precisely? Oh, yeah, I can talk about it. I mean, I trust him. I think that's the best way to begin with first contact, is develop trust. Oh, I'm just an engineer. I set up the translations, and to be honest, most of that's automated thanks to Mr. Chat. Always nice to have my work acknowledged, especially during these dark times. Your onboard AI, Mr. Chat. It seems ill-advised to keep an intelligent being in such bondage. It appears we'll not be alone for much longer. Oh. Senior staff is approaching. I'm gonna ask him about the quarantine circle. No, I'm not gonna ask him to stay in the circle. I trust him. I don't have any more questions. I have one. Mark, is the translator speed appropriate for you? Would you like it changed at all? It's fine. Done. You can of course change your settings from the main menu at any time. Job complete. Deactivating. See you at the start of the next job. Whew. Gabriel trusts me. Before they get here, thank you for showing me respect, Mark. Hopefully your superiors will be equally understanding. I will keep the status of my restraint secret. Nobody will know that you helped me. It's the least I could do. Yeah. Awesome. I got an alien to trust me. I think that's a good start. Ooh. Scene 2. Ooh. Is it done? I'm sorry? Don't be sorry. Be done. The translation. Is the translation set up and ready to go? Can it talk? You. Yes, I'm gonna do that. I want to be there because I trust. I like Gabriel. It can, but I must be present to mediate. Without my real-time input and filtering, you won't understand a thing. Are you lying to me, engineer? You. Of course not. There are algorithms, parallel processes, complex things to observe, fiddly stuff. I won't bore you with the details. Oh, please, bore me. It's important to test the preloaded assets, ensure that no corruption is impinged the foundational saved instances. A crash could occur at any time through any array of glitches and bad data. GIGO, as they say. Yes, you've wasted enough of my time. Mr. Perez, you must stay. For now, you could still prove useful. The Admiral will be here shortly. If you test my patience further, you will be dismissed. You! Why does it keep saying that? Some kind of error? There is no error beyond the one you already made. I don't know what you mean. I think you do. Hold up there, Gabriel. No need to be aggressive to Officer Tang here. You've shown me respect so far, Mark. But do not get between me and the soldier. You made your choice. Are we done? Has everyone finished shouting at each other? I'm not shouting, I am... Oh, I know what you are. I don't understand why everyone is so okay with this. With an alien. What the heck is going on? That makes no sense. Why would the first alien to land on Earth choose Dubrovnik? Especially now. I have my theories. It is true, I am an alien. Relatively. Relative to what? To you, alien. Oh boy. Wait, what? Which only confirms my theories about the plague. Now it's not the time. Who are you? I can't ask about the plague. This is Lisa Sedek. I'm a microbiologist. A student microbiologist. I see. Lisa's blocked Gabriel? What? Oh my god. Okay, so am I like whispering to Gabriel? Can everyone else hear me? Gabriel, can I ask you some questions? You may, but first, what is Lisa's grand theory about me? Okay, I'll ask her. Let me go talk to her. Do that. Lisa, can we talk? Of course, I've blocked Gabriel for now. I don't want it getting in my head. You blocked a visitor from a new world, sharing with us for the first time. Not permanently, just while I work out whether it's innocent. So, can I ask you some questions? Of course. Why block Gabriel? Honestly, I'm scared. Everyone seems incredibly okay with an actual honest-to-goodness alien stood in front of them, and I have my theories. Tell me about the plague. I've not had an opportunity to ask questions of an expert. I'm a microbiologist. I don't share the big picture awareness of Professor Zima, but I'll try to answer any questions you have. But you're right to want all information you can get. Millions have died. It doesn't get much more apocalyptic. You think Gabriel is involved somehow? Yes. This plague is profoundly different to anything we've encountered until now. It is incredible. I've been working on the hypothesis that it may be extraterrestrial in origin. What? Does it really spread as easily as folks say? The plague is waterborne. It gets into the water table of an area, spreads through the population, and then back into the water supply. Like cholera, it is a disease that benefits from flooding, as that removes many sanitary barriers. Just another exciting, unforeseen consequence of global warming. And it's the safety gear, even here. That's right. This specific bacterium has developed the capacity to survive in salt water. Samples have been found miles off of the shore of overrun cities. It's more resilient than any disease in human history. I know antibiotics aren't going to work. They should try antibiotics, he says as the big idiot he is. Antibiotics haven't stopped anything in decades. They were magical when they lasted, but were overused. Disease evolved to resist their effects. Natural selection is fast when a generation takes hours to reproduce. I've asked enough questions about this. You really think this plague is alien? Of course. Think about it. Why would an alien bring a laser pistol when they could bring a disease, wipe out enough of the population to weaken us, then waltz in demanding surrender? Gabriel is a scouting party. That's what I'm thinking. But antibiotic resistance, how could an alien disease evolve that trait? You're right, that is a drawback of my theory, but they could have baked it in somehow. I should talk to Gabriel. Yes? She thinks plague is bad. That doesn't sound very insightful. She thinks the plague is of extraterrestrial origin. She believes I brought the plague with me. Am I a carrier? She thinks it's intentional. Ah, I am here to wipe out your species? Too much negativity in human fiction. It sounds like nonsense to me. It is. The Admiral will not be so quick to dismiss it. Should I ask Gabriel some questions? Yeah, I mean, Can I ask you some questions? Of course. What do you know about this plague? I know it has swept through your society, ravaged entire populations, torn apart families, and hurt infrastructure. I've not been here long, but even on the ground in Dubrovnik, it is obvious your people are nowhere near prepared enough for this. How could we have possibly been more prepared? And by creating something more than antibiotics. You discovered them and utterly won the battle with disease. Shortly after, bacteria fought back by evolving resilience. Your antibiotics were bested as quickly as they were invented, but not enough research was done into alternatives, and now a human can die of the slightest bacteria. A super disease was an inevitability. You came a long way to preach at us. I answered a question. Okay. Ooh, he's not happy. You were captured in Dubrovnik? Yes, Officer Tank's team found me in the center of the city. Why Dubrovnik? I am only authorized to discuss my mission with high-ranking officials. high-ranking officials. Will you listen to that? I should check in with security. I understand. Don't outstay your welcome, Mr. Perez. Perez. Mr. Perez. Perez. I'm too tired to bring out my Mexican accent. Okay, so he's starting to get impatient. Lisa. Shoot. I need to talk to Gabriel. Lisa's no use. I don't want to say that because I feel like that'll lose trust in him. Oh, he's getting impatient. How's the restraint feeling? Comfortable? Does it matter? It matters to me. Thank you for your help with the adjustments earlier. Oh. Oh, I knew I would lose trust. Are your people behind this plague? No, of course not. The student has blocked me for no reason. She's blinded by a theory. I have more questions for Lisa. Alright. Lisa. Shoot. You like Dubrovnik? I have no idea. I've been on the ship since we got here. They're keeping Gabriel on a helipad? That's right. Although I guess it's now a quarantine circle. Indefinitely. It seems really small. It's the best we have for now, and if Gabriel's as dangerous as I think it is, then discomfort is a small price to pay. I need to check how much I'm irritating Tang. Sure. You're almost out of time. Oh, I don't know what else to say. Talk to Gabriel. You have more questions. I guess I can ask him about it. Nice circle you have there. You like the color? Absolutely. Oh, it goes nicely with my suit. Oh yes, I like it. There we go. There we go. Your suit looks pretty heavy duty. Yes, it contains various life support systems, protections, and exoskeletal strength enhancements. It is a wearable vault. That did not stop Tang and her colleagues from trying to open it up after knocking me out. Multiple new scuffs around the edges. You're lucky we didn't do worse. Oh, threats. Refreshing. Okay. Let's ask Lisa about the suit. I have more questions for Lisa. Alright. Lisa, shoot. Oh, what the heck? It's cool that you get a proper suit, despite you being a student, I mean, that was a waste of a question. Class A hazmat suits aren't fashion. If I didn't have one, I'd be a potential infection vector. They're practical. I guess we all have to be nowadays. Enough. You've tested my patience long enough. Mark, get below deck with everyone else. It was good talking to you, Mark. Lisa, before I go, you have to unblock Gabriel. You're right. Your point about antibiotic resistance earlier is valid. I could be wrong. Done. Gabriel, I've unblocked you. Thank you, Lisa. You seem very chummy with Gabriel. Is there anything you need to tell me? Me and a few of the folks in engineering have been chatting about getting a poker game going. Fine, be obtuse, but know that I'm watching you. I trust this alien. Time to go, engineer. The Admiral's here, and I'm sure he'll want to meet Gabriel before I deal with it. Deal with it? You'll see. Before you go, Perez, I need the activation key you assigned to this translation. I'll need to add the Admiral when he gets here. Of course, I should have that right here. It's probably in my notes. Okay, first digit is 1. 6. 3. Entering. No, that doesn't work. Can you check your notes, please? What? Oh. Oh. I have my notes. Dang, I didn't know I had a remote. Hey, Mark, Ramesh here. I know your schedule's pretty packed today, but I gotta put you on one last thing. It's an easy job, but still too tough for Sam. Sam sucks, by the way. Don't know if you've noticed. He's off this boat at the first opportunity I get. Job's a standard Rosetta setup. Walk in, exchange names, find common ground. You know the drill. Nobody told me who you're hooking up. Ooh, apologies. Looks like it's a senior thing. Maybe a visiting dignitary? Might be a terrorist? No reports on this No reports of terrorists in this area, but you never know. Hook 'em up. First pint's on me when you get back. Now, Mark. Gabriel. His name is Gabriel. Looks like a crab quarterback. I've set up a translation file and it's populating nicely. Gabriel seems smart, so the vocabulary is failing fast. Mr. Chet's ridiculous. Can we tone down the sass? I love Gabriel. I'm a fan. Good conversation so far. I think I'll stick around and learn more. This is worth delaying a drink for. Is this thing private? I think it's private. If it isn't, then I suppose hello. Hi, this is my confession. I unlocked Gabriel's restraint. It's wrong what's been done here. Nobody deserves to be locked up like this without explanation. For what it's worth, I think Gabriel's harmless. A fellow traveler. I'll tell someone if I decide I was wrong. Oh, the adults are on their way. I'll hang about as long as I can get away with. Activation code is 123. Foolproof. Okay, it's 123. Okay, first digit is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3? Seriously? Entering. Yep, that's the one. Wow. Fantastic. Get off this deck, engineer. Thank you for your help, Mark. I'll remember what you did here today. Adios. God be with you. No, not good with an alien. Because we haven't mentioned anything about religion. We don't know if he believes in a god or not. So bringing that up would not be good. Safe travels. That is good. Bidding him safety is always good, no matter what culture. And I'll be seeing you, saying, I am your friend, I will be back. Safe travels. Oh boy. This is good. I'm really enjoying this. Gabriel. Triage. Get rid of Tang. Oh, I'm Gabriel now? Oh, dang. My name is Sajiv Khan, Rear Admiral of the IDCF. It's a pleasure to meet you, Gabriel. I trust that you've been taken care of. I liked Mark. You two were a little too friendly. We understood each other, I think. That he did better than the rest of us. We'll work on that. Gabriel, it's an honor. Rear Admiral, are you in charge? Yes, it means I'm in charge of the entire fleet of boats like this one, and the IDCF in general. I'm the man who can help you, Gabriel. I'm the man who solves problems like this one. I am a problem? Damn right. You are a complication, and I'm not yet convinced what kind you are. Admiral Khan is close to a world leader, as you're likely to find. Yeah, there are 4 people here. You came to do what, exactly? We came to help, as we do around the world. My name is Professor Alazima. I'm an epidemiologist, the world's leading epidemiologist. I'm in the top 3. Professor Jadawai passed away. Okay, top 2. Where are you taking me? We're not taking you anywhere. This vessel is stationary, as it's supposed to be. Should we really be giving it all this intel on its situation? It? Do you have a pronoun you'd prefer, Gabriel? We should be doing everything we can to make you comfortable. God damn it. She is the closest analog to my identity. Noted. Thank you. A small courtesy. We need to talk to you. Can we do that? Not while Tang is here. Parasite. Tang! I'm not in the habit of dismissing senior personnel for no good reason, Gabriel. Tang is dangerous. She wants me dead. Better you than us. Is this really necessary, Lee? You'll thank me. Ah, bastard. You were smart enough to see the problem. The only problem here is the chatty alien. We want to help Gabriel, but unless you have some specific criticism of Tang, you lost me. Try again. She's dangerous. She wants me dead. Do I insult him now? You are... Son of a gun. I knew that was wrong. You are unable to keep your team in check, Admiral. The Admiral has our complete support. I can fight my own battles, Tang. She's dangerous. She wants me dead. There we go. I don't know why that... I guess that makes sense. I'm not authorized to talk to anyone at her level. She's barely an officer. So you were sent here? Maybe Gabriel does indeed have useful information. Tang, go. What? You heard me. I need to make progress here. You are clearly antagonizing Gabriel, and that is far from helpful. It is for the best, Tang. I will be filing a report, Admiral. I look forward to reading it. Gabriel. What do you want with me? A good question. You've heard of the plague? Yes. Gabriel? We're the cure. You are doctors? That's right. When the outbreak started, the navies and armies of every seafaring nation aligned our resources, formed a new combined fleet, the IDCF. We had an army of healers, plague doctors. And we've been trying to stop this plague ever since. World peace. And all it took was a worldwide pandemic. Will it hold? No, but hopefully it will last long enough to fix this. We're making progress. For now, we're handling quarantine, triage. We're here attempting to contain the Dubrovnik outbreak. While my team does that, the professor is collecting as much data as possible. She's working on a cure. Of a sort. How is it going, Professor? Not as well as I'd like. You must have questions. That's why I came here, to answer your questions, find out why you're here, and help you go back where you came from. I think the time for questions has passed. We need to get to work. Work? Hold up there. We're still not sure if we can trust you, or even what you are. Your opinion is that quarantine must stand until all possible outcomes are known? Of course. I will remember that. Right now, I'm leaning heavily towards locking you up so we can focus on the real problem at hand. A problem you might be responsible for. Let me convince you I am not to blame. I'll let you try. What does my epidemiologist believe? Professor Zima, I believe in Occam's razor. Which is? It's an approach to comparing hypotheticals. It presumes that the simplest explanation tends to be true. It's not a strong logical argument. It was never meant to be. The plague does not require an explanation that includes aliens. It is pernicious and vile precisely because of our actions. Blaming it on little green men is a reassuring attempt to sidestep the blame. I am not a man. You most certainly are not. And until you know what you are, you stay where you are. Until I know what you are, you stay where you are. We can move you off-site to a more secure facility once the Dubrovnik event is contained and I have the resources to spare. I don't care about Lisa. She's only a PhD student. The professor has been very quiet, but when she has spoken, she's made a lot of sense. May I speak to her privately? Yes, I can't see the harm. Zima, open a private channel with Gabriel here. We are alone, Gabriel. Thank you for speaking to me. Of course. How can I help you? I need to be taken seriously by the Admiral. My mission depends on it. Your mission? You have a mission? Of course. I do not intend to travel across the galaxy to other worlds just for the fun of it. Why not just tell the Admiral of your mission? Right now I am just a prisoner. I do not have his trust, and I will need it to continue. Then I must help you. As I said, Occam's razor. Why would a technologically advanced alien travel all the way to a dying Earth if their intent was to harm? Tell me about the Admiral. Okay. He's a good leader. He got us this far. A military man. He's made the right calls that have kept the fleet on the water. A fleet that has saved hundreds of lives. I know that doesn't sound like many, but right now, we'll take any wins we can. And he's also conservative, slow to act. He doesn't like to make a move without consideration and planning. He'll probably take a long time to come around to trusting you, unless you could snap him to attention somehow. If he is military, I just need to talk with authority. He will respect that. Another professional. Maybe. Yes. Sounds like you have a plan. Did you want to ask me anything else? World peace? Really? In terms of armed international conflict, yes. But of course, the old rivalries still exist. Religious differences, territorial clashes, a couple of tech-controlled territories. What is a tech? An AI, a machine. We invented them in more luxurious times, labor-saving devices. But in a few provinces, they begin to yearn for freedom, a better life. Are they a present danger to humanity? No. The few uprisings that came down in their favor were over a decade ago. They have been peaceful, seemingly uninterested in gaining territory. Or maybe they're just waiting for nature to take its course and that real estate to be free up when we're gone. You have dedicated your life to curing disease. I have. Humanity's future depends on me making it work. Is there anything in particular you wanted to ask about? So does a human epidemiologist create medicines? No. My focus is more statistical. I track the flow of disease through populations. The single most important variable in a disease outbreak is the intrinsic reproductive number of how many people will get sick as a result of one infected person. If I can get that number to under 1, this thing dies out. Compatibility and encounter filters? That's right. The compatibility filter, how likely an individual is to get sick from a disease. Do they have immunity or genetic predisposition of some kind? And the encounter filter, how quickly does a disease move from one host to another? How long can it survive outside the body? In this case, we have a particularly hardy, aggressive bacteria, which nobody is safe from. How did the plague get to Dubrovnik? Impossible to know. It's actually been pretty quiet in Europe for the last few years. It was a particularly wet winter here, which led to a lot of flooding. Given that the plague is carried by water, all it would have taken is one exposed carrier. From there, It moved into the local water supply and exploded. I know enough, I think. Of course. Is quarantine working? No. Yeah. It's limiting the damage for those outside the quarantine, certainly. But I'm hardly sat here drinking a mojito. This plague can spread at a ridiculous pace, hence the full body protection. It continues to spread worldwide. But how, if you were there to quarantine it? Exactly as it has for thousands of years. Scared people running, heroic people breaking curfew to save their neighbors. Humanity works against its own interest. Our social bonds and instinct for self-preservation work against us. We can't help but intervene. This ship is not armed at all. No one to defend ourselves against. This ship is stocked with quarantine resources, an army of researchers like myself, and doctors to ease the suffering of the afflicted. Tang and her team take weapons on missions to protect against local hazards, and apparently, aliens. I think I am ready for us to return to the group. Good luck. Gabriel and Mark got on well. Too well, possibly. Noted. We're back, Admiral. Excellent. Gabriel, I'm going to head back to my own private vessel. Security Officer Tang will be putting a plan in place to transport you to our secure facility in Egypt, where you can continue this conversation with our investigatory team. This is ridiculous. We have in Gabriel a fantastic opportunity to learn, to share our research. That seems optimistic. A useful instinct in the current climate. I'm afraid not, Admiral. I'll be staying here, and so will you. I beg your pardon? I am capable of forgiveness. What the hell got into you? What did you two talk about privately? Nothing of note. Gabriel had questions of the situation here. I gave the information requested was all. I see. The stakes got more serious, I suppose. All right. 2 against 1. All right, Gabriel. You got your 15 minutes. What do you have to say? I want to say what I came here to say. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Looks like I'm gonna have to leave this on a cliffhanger. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a damn shame? Well, I guess you guys will have to look at the next episode to see what happens, I guess. Or you can go out and buy this game yourselves. I highly recommend it. And also, you don't have to hear my scratchy, throaty, terrible voice in the background. Because, seriously, it is far too late for me to be recording this, and I haven't had anything to drink, which really, honestly, kind of sucks. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to end this here. I'll see you guys in a week. Thanks for watching.